Hey there, welcome back. It's been a bit, so I figured I'd do an update video and show you how I built my fireplace. So this is what I did to get started. I put that calcium board, I think is what it's called, something behind there because I was a little under my clearance as far as how far I was supposed to be from a flammable material. So that's kind of why I put that calcium board behind there. I propped it out from the wall, so there's a little bit of an air space behind. So it was a bunch of just mudding the blocks together and stacking them on top of each other, and mudding blocks together and stacking them on top of each other. I didn't really worry about how straight they were as far as level across because it was, yeah, that was fine. And then you can see here I made the partition for my heat. So I left two, later I'll show you, I left two vents at the bottom to bring the air in. And then I put this tin with a little bit of insulation on top of it to kind of block the airflow from going out, so it would be sucked in at the bottom and then have to come out at the top where there was a vent out. So hopefully I can get a bit of a circulation there so that my hot air doesn't just get trapped up at the ceiling. So there I am, just keeping on mudding these blocks together, doing the same thing, stacking it up to the ceiling and getting this all closed in up there at the top. And then also most of these blocks had to be cut because I had to cut around the chimney too, or the stovepipe, and there's that insulation, or that blockage that I have in there to stop it from stop the heat from coming all the way to the top. I think I still have a bit of heat trapped at the top, but hopefully it's a little more efficient to have that airspace and then the heat be able to come right out there instead of being open to the top. And then you'll see here I actually screwed into the wall through my blocks with long 8-inch screws, or 10-15 centimeter screws, to kind of hold the ends together. And then here I am getting ready to put the holes in to mount my mantle. I wanted to put a mantle above the fireplace, and you'll see later this didn't work, but I'll step you through the process of what I did for this. So I've got it all cut to shape, or roughly, and so I'm going to start sanding it down, and then we'll see what happens, see if it's not too rotten, or see if there's any problems with it. So first off, I'm going to use my wire brush right here, and we'll brush it. And now that I've got it all sanded down, I'm going to try to put a little bit of, what you call this stuff, wax or oil on it. Or what's stain, I think that's the right word. And we'll see if that looks good. Yeah, I think I like it. And then there's what it looks like after I have the wax on. So we'll see. I think I'm going to clear coat it after it dries out a little bit. And then probably call it good. And then I drilled holes into the wood to put rebar to connect this, the mantle, to those holes you just saw me drill into the fireplace to help hold everything together. After that, I got to putting smearing mud on the wall. I didn't get a video of putting the chicken wire or netting, or whatever you want to call it, onto the brick, but I did put that on and screwed it to the brick, and then started putting the mud on. I thought at first that I could lay from the mantle or from the fireplace up. You'll see that was not the best idea because I was laying too far out, too free, or whatever you want to call it, and the block kind of drifted down, or bricks kind of drifted down as I tried to stick them there. So I had to tear them off and put them down lower. As you'll see here a little bit, you saw them drift if you would have watched the level there. And then I had to measure down because I didn't want to have it cut the whole way across the front or the top of the stove. So I measured down from the top and then just started laying across like that. And I tried to use this tile breaker thing, but with the block I'm using, which is travertine, or the stone I'm using, travertine stone, it is so has so many holes in it that I eventually gave up this idea because you could never break it very straight. Like it had to be a pretty nice piece if you wanted to break it straight. If it had any of those holes that travertine has in it, it would just crack and make a jiggity line on it, so it wasn't a very accurate line. So then I ended up just using my grinder blade outside, which is what I would do when I went outside and all the dust's coming in after me. Then cut around those holes for the mantle, as I had said, so there you can see them. And there I am, I got done, went to the top and finished it up. And this is done before I put in the grout or the trim piece at the top. But here I am, started on the grouted side, started on the grout at the top, so that when the grout falls down, it wouldn't fall onto the blocks that are already done. So I smeared it in, and yep, that's kind of pretty basic, just with the sponge. Try to get it in all the cracks and try to get it even as possible. The grout I had I was pretty happy with. It worked pretty well. So there, I'm done with the grout, and I'm ready to start on the hearth at the bottom. I got the grout washed off with a washcloth mostly, and a wet sponge worked pretty well for that. So first of all, I needed to clear out space clear out all the junk I had at the bottom, and then put down some concrete mortar to help adhere these blocks that I have at the bottom to the concrete floor, to make sure they were pretty level, and also not and make sure that concrete blocks that were under my stove itself was not interfering with anything. So make sure that's level and straight across, and so that it would be all equal at the end. And as you can see, I got done with that part, and also as you can see, I angled the edges back by 45 degrees because I wanted to have it come farther out than if I would have it straight across, and also not interfere with the door. So each end you can see is angled back by 45 degrees. And I got first I was thinking I would do flagstone for the hearth, but then I just found this travertine that matched the travertine that I have for the rest of the fireplace. So I just decided to use this for my travertine for my hearth also. And also then framed it out with the stone that I have on the fireplace. So I have larger 30 by 60 centimeter, I think, stones behind, and then these smaller 10 by 30 centimeter stones in the front. So it was kind of tricky getting the cut angled back on the side. I thought at first that I could angle it back just on the border, but that is rather impossible because you need to, just because it does not work. I'm not going to go into all the details of why it doesn't work, but you need to angle both sides to get a clean 45 back through. And then I didn't really get a video of the front, but there is the finished product with my kids.